What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, July 6th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Jay Crowder, PJ Tucker, Brook Lopez, Chris Paul, and MIKAL Bridges on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to $13,500 Devin Booker, and you can kind of put him anywhere. 10% likelihood at MVP, 16% at star, 21% at pro, 8% at utility. This is very unique for a general pay-up option. You don't normally see it spread out across all 4 different roster spots. And I think that's very important because this allows you to get really creative with Devin Booker lineups. I expect him to play 40 minutes, just north of a fantasy point per minute. It's going to be a real points game. So we're talking 28 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, nothing too crazy. But the ability to run him up and down the line will create more unique lineups. The key piece here, pay close attention to projected ownership and try to load up on him in the spots where he's not. So if people are going ultra heavy at MVP, play him a little bit more in the star. If people are going ultra heavy at the pro, maybe knock him down to utility a little bit. Get a little bit different with your lineup. Hope that maybe somebody else steps up at a lower salary. I think you could use Devin Booker in a lot of different places. That makes him very valuable for today. And in a similar vein, we're going to $12,500 DeAndre Ayton. 9% likelihood at MVP, 14% at star, 23% at pro, and 8% at utility. A 55% chance of being in the optimal lineup. Basically, everything that I just said about Ayton everything that I said about Booker, is true for DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, different style of play. So I've got Ayton projected for 18.5 points and 12 boards plus 2 stocks, 38 minutes, so a little bit less playing time than Devin Booker. But the same sort of scenario. You can mix and match Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton up and down the line of your roster. We didn't see that a lot in the Eastern Conference Finals or Western Conference Finals, but we're seeing it now. The flexibility of Ayton and Booker so far leads me to believe that we'll have a little bit less chopping, or we should have a little bit less chopping in the bigger contest across FanDuel, which is exciting to me. I want to see less chops. The fact that you can use Ayton and Booker anywhere makes that possible. Now we're switching over to the Bucks. Number 3, $14,500 Khris Middleton. 28% chance at the MVP, 30% at star, 10% at pro, just 2% at utility. So this one's a little different. If you're rostering Khris Middleton, you're putting in one of the multiplier spots. Both he and JRUE are going to have to do it all for the Bucks until we get Giannis back. 42 minutes for Middleton, 1.2 fantasy points per minute, 33% usage. I've got him at 30 real points, 7.5 boards, 6 assists. Maybe you get a steal or 2. But we know the sort of offensive load that Khris Middleton and JRUE Holiday are going to have to take on. And that's why you see Middleton 58% of the time in MVP or star. You got to put him in one of these multiplier spots because if Khris Middleton isn't in one of those spots, it's probably not going well for the Bucks. The value play du jour for today, $9,500 Bobby Portis. No chance at MVP. Small chance at star, 4%. 11% at pro, and 62% at utility. A 76% chance that Bobby Portis is in the optimal lineup. I think he's just going to be playing a ton of minutes. I've got him in for 34. He's right at a fantasy point per minute. 21% usage, so nothing crazy. Just a 16 point, 8.5 board affair. Maybe 2 stocks, 1.2 steals, and 0.6 blocks. So, you're hoping for a little bit extra there. But really, given the fact that there is no Giannis, Portis is going to need to play a bunch of minutes. They just don't have the bodies. And if that's the case, he's an obvious utility play today. Now, before we get to the number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then, head on over to Twitter and follow me, at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Finally, comment section underneath this video. I need your favorite contender, your least favorite contender, and the guy that you thought was going to be on this list that you didn't see. Closing it out now with the number 1 contender, that's 13K JRUE Holiday. A 46% chance of being at the MVP, 19% at star, 14% at pro, 3% at utility, and 82% likelihood of being in the optimal lineup. First and foremost, he's just too cheap. Two, his fantasy rates have been insane with Giannis off the floor. I've got him in for 42 minutes, 52.7 fantasy points, a 1.26 rate, which is less than what he's had in the playoffs so far with Giannis, while also shooting below 30% from three. So keep an eye on that one. I got him at 25 points, 11 assists, 5 boards. That's a monster game out of JRUE, plus whatever defense he's going to be playing, which you don't really get a ton of credit for, although you do get 2.5 stocks, which is kind of nice. I love getting to JRUE here. To me, he's the most underrated player in this series. I don't think he's going to get the talk that he deserves offensively, because defensively he gets that respect. I think he's going to be a key piece offensively. I think he's going to help to keep the Bucks in this game. I actually like the Bucks a little bit in game one. Makes me feel a lot better about having Holiday, Portis, and Middleton 1, 2, 3. So Jrue Holiday is the -- 1 contender for today's slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, July 6th. I almost got that one right. It was close. We're not re-recording it. Why would we? Anyway, strategy show with Laffy, 10 a.m. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere, and then Laffy and I are back tonight, 8 p.m. for Live Before Lock. You're going to get a lot of us. Keep your eyes peeled for the breakfast menu as well. Myself and Ben Raz's best bets for Game 1 and for this series. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will talk to you guys again, I don't know, Thursday, I guess, is the next game. I'll talk to you guys again Thursday.